Hello, and welcome to the November edition of Tiger Broadcast. I'm Kira Wilburn.
And I'm Paige Gregory. And on this edition of Tiger Broadcast, we'll take a closer look at the effects of social media on teens.
We will also take a look at how one school group supports students at Lee Summit High School.
Stay tuned for all this and more on this edition of Tiger Broadcast. It's no mistake that many students are feeling an array of emotions as they have come back to school in person. One student in particular has had a rough go. Reporter Aaliyah Rowland and photographer Kira Wilburn explain how one student's harrowing experience is hoping to be a catalyst for a change at Lee Summit High School.
On October 4th, hundreds of Lee Summit students, parents, and staff came together in support of students who were facing harassment and felt ignored by administration.
We did go to stat a couple times about it. The first time I did feel ignored, for sure, mainly the very first time.
What began as harassment in the lunchroom ended in a physical altercation, sending one of Danny's friends to the hospital.
We had a no contact policy, or at least what I thought we had. Obviously that didn't happen because that never went into full force.
A call for change, sparked by the situation Danny experienced, led to a petition calling for LGBTQ+ safety in Lee Summit High School that gained nearly 4,000 signatures.
So the petition was really a show of hands as to the students, the staff, the parents that would support the type of stuff that we were going to bring to admin. We want to see an implementation of the zero tolerance policy. We want to see success stories with it.
It really meant a lot, and the fact that the petition was made by other allies at the school really it shows a lot just to me, just to show that we have a community here and people do care for each other.
The petition, reaching local news channels and spreading across social media, prompted students to hold a walkout in support of creating a safer school environment.
Someone we were working with posted about a walkout, and so we kind of rushed to get it together.
I was not expecting more than 100, but to see maybe 200 or 300 kids, it was really crazy to see all that. After the walkout, the main thing that I expected to happen, that I really wanted to happen, was for all of the administration to know that not only that I've been affected by this, but all of them and all the people that have shown up have been affected as well. So I feel just being heard was the biggest thing that I expected, and I feel that we were heard.
Dr. Harrison released a statement in response to the situation.
Every person in this building deserves to feel safe at school. And I want you to know the administrative team and your teachers are working tirelessly to ensure your safety.
With promises from administration to make LSHS safe and inclusive, students are ready to see changes being made.
I think it's imperative for teachers to have conversations with their students.
And I think part of it can come from, asking what is okay in discussing at school about their preferences and things like that.
And I just want our culture to change from people reporting incidences where we as staff can be proactive versus reactive.
It's a nationwide issue, but if we start that here, we're making huge change. I mean, our movement already got on Gay Times and Feminist on Instagram.
At the end of the day, people deserve to be treated with respect and dignity.
Reporting for Tiger Broadcast, I'm Aaliyah Rowland.
Social media has become a vice for millions of teens, so much so that teens have become addicted. How and why this happens is what reporter Erica Dickinson and photographer Micaiah Clayton will expand on this next story.
Nowadays, what teenager doesn't have social media? TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
My favorite would probably be Instagram, just because I like posting pictures or seeing pictures of other people and what life's about.
However, some teens choose not to have any social media.
This sounds bad, but I don't want to download TikTok because I don't want to waste time with it.
Even so, as of 2021, TikTok has about 1 billion users. In fact, according to a study done by Investment Bank, about 70% of teens use TikTok at least once a month. This and other social media media accounts are a huge part of teen lives.
Unfortunately, the creators of phones have conditioned us to where we don't know how to put them down. I mean, we're psychologically attached to the phone.
When you post a TikTok, you want to see like who liked it. When you post a picture, you want to be like who liked it, who commented. Or when you snap someone, you want to know if they're like texting you back.
That like mentality is controlled by dopamine, a chemical released in your brain that fuels pleasure, satisfaction, and can sometimes lead to addiction. Although dopamine can be a good thing, it can also become just as bad. According to Child Mind Institute, most apps are engineered to be as addictive as possible.
I think the addicting factor is that they want more, that once you start something, it will never stop.
Those who are overactive social media users may run into other problems.
I teach business and marketing classes, and one of my big things is kids trying to articulate their thoughts. I think that's hard for kids because they're not talking as much to each other.
Even though social media has become a key component in many lives, Dylan chooses to spend her time doing other things.
So I'm in marching band, I'm in Sounds of Summit, and like choir class and band class, and then also I'm in theater, and so I do like all the shows with Tiger Act. I feel like being with other people is always better than being alone, trapped with your phone.
Dylan is an exception to the 210 million teens addicted to social media.
You definitely notice a change when you just decide not to be on your phone a lot, and it's so easy to just get caught up in scrolling.
So if I'm not on my phone as much, I'm a lot more productive. I feel like I'm enjoying life more than what it's like through a screen.
It can wait. Emails can wait, texts can wait, everything else can, I mean, it'll be there when you get back to it.
You only see perfect of other people. Whenever you step away from social media as much as you can, it really helps, and it really allows you to compare yourself to people a lot less.
Signing out for Tiger Broadcast,
find something more valuable to spend your time with.
I'm Erica Dickinson.
Lee Summit High School boasts over 80 clubs students can get involved in. One club in particular is known for being supportive and loud. Reporter Paige Gregory and photographer Sophia Ayer get to know what makes this group tick.
I know that it has been in existence for more than 10 years. What developed as a small group of kids that just wanted to go to the game and have a good time, and it's grown to be a larger, more inclusive group, which in my opinion is a fabulous change.
Like all types of grades, just come to the games, all the sporting events to support the Lee Summit Tigers, all their sport teams as they play against the other schools, and just being there to support them.
In case you haven't figured out, Senior Nick Beach and Athletic Director Tracy Bertonson are talking about one of the loudest groups in the school.
It's like the whole school coming together to just cheer on your team. Everyone's in a bunch of different stuff, and you don't always see everyone in your grade, so it's kind of cool to have moments where you guys all come together and just like have one common interest.
Beach definitely enjoys cheering on the Tigers, but he also takes pleasure in messing with the other team.
I wanted to be at the games in the front row, cheering on our players, and honestly, I like to jaw a little bit at the other team, but it's just a fun experience to be with all your friends cheering on your grade after your senior year.
As an athlete and Loud Crowd member, Beach knows the possible ups and downs of having the Loud Crowd cheering on LSHS athletes.
In some ways, yes, I do think it benefits them, but it could also distract them at the same time. But it benefits them because like they're going to want to put their best foot forward even more to impress their friends or something and play even better. But it could like have a negative effect because they might try too hard and might have something happen to their game.
Can it be a distraction? Absolutely. However, it made them feel special. It made the game a bigger game, and the atmosphere made it all worth it in the end.
Reporting for Tiger Broadcast, I'm Sophia Ayer.
This next story explains the benefits of logging off a cellular device. Yes, it's hard to imagine turning off your cell phone, but reporter Lauren Tripsis and photographer Nivea Brown explain how the pros may outweigh the cons.
Just about every teenager has access to social media: Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and maybe a couple on Facebook. What they also have access to is wanting to be validated. Unfortunately, that social validation may lead to negative experiences.
I've had good and bad experiences with social media, mostly good, but when it's bad, usually it's mostly like comparing myself to like other girls on TikTok or like Instagram or whatever, and like, like cyberbullying, like there's comments and stuff like that you can get.
I think it can be fairly common. It's going to vary from student to student how how extreme it is, but we know that there is a lot of bullying that occurs through social media, and that can really affect a student's self-esteem depending upon how often they're on social media.
Lee Summit High School's counselor, Chris Little, thinks those negative experiences may be as a result of overusing tech.
I think just it's so easily accessible. I mean, our students can access social media through their Chromebooks, through their phones, you know, through all sorts of methods. And most students have such easy access to it, you know, truly 24/7.
The outcome of the addiction is not promising. According to the National Center for Health Research, 13% of 12 through 17-year-olds report having depression, 32% report having anxiety. Though the negative effects are alarming, there are always ways to protect yourself from harmful effects of social media.
I think one of the easiest ways to prevent it is just students being willing to either minimize their time on social media or being very deliberate about who they interact with.
I'd say that it benefited me because now I'm able to like use social media less and not focus on it all the time and just always be on my phone and like comparing myself constantly to other people.
I think it's a positive impact because I'm not really wrapped into like how I look or other people and like comparing myself to other people that I honestly might not even know.
I feel like it can really like change the way that you see like yourself and other people you're around.
Social media is here to stay, but maybe changing the habits will create positive effects.
Signing off. Literally, signing off. This is Lauren Tripsis.
Thank you for tuning into this edition of Tiger Broadcast. For packages and more, visit www.tigerbroadcast.com.
Or follow us on Twitter and Instagram at TBTVA Tigers. Once again, I'm Kira Wilburn.
And I'm Paige Gregory. See you next time, Tigers.
And